No change in weather or wind direction since entering Kreutzen provincial airspace.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, she's a real natural at this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge. So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it. Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way. And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want. I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
You slacker.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Courtsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand, we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now? Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards. And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it?
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
we were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I wonder what's happening there.
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but...
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country. Now, most of the upper-class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
No doubt. It's near the capital, so its defenses are gonna be rock solid.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity.
Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
We were thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out. And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually.
Everything works for me.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base, and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can, all for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
Well, I suppose what we need to decide next is where we should head for first. Yeah, we don't have many places we can go at the moment, but there's Legram, Ymir, the Nord Highlands. We're able to land at the 4th Armor Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about that yesterday, and he's fine with it. Now, the better it's for us to swing by all of them at once, really. Oh, almost forgot. Prince Oliver sent you a few requests to take care of. He did? Oh, joy. Details are all right behind you. Behind us. Oh, there's a normal computer here. We only ever really use one in class. No need to fear, technology doesn't bite, plus it'll be easier in the long run for you to grab stuff from there. So go on, take a look. Sure. Oh, lucky us. These are made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we used in class. There we go. Things popped up. So this is where things displayed. There's switching to some of these too, I think. There's one from Nord, one from Legram, and one from Relay Improvement. Seems like we got plenty of work in store for us all over the country. Which was just my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on them as well. I'm kinda worried about the one Dad sent us. I don't think we can know that unusual monster that's appeared in Nord either. Prince Oliver took all the time to gather and send all these to us himself? Wow, how do you manage to do that? He just left Western Erebonia! He's got plenty of connections, especially for the Bracer Guild. Said he's gonna keep finding stuff like this and that he thinks you can handle and send them your way. What you end up doing is up to you, but I recommend taking care of the more urgent ones. Understood. I don't think any of us mind one bit. Indeed, help us bring focus to our goal of touring the region and helping those in need. That being said, I would assume checking our safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I took the liberty of giving you that one myself. We're slowly getting information in on where other Thor students could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update the computer in. Who knows? Maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient. I'm certainly very grateful for those classes, because we'll be checking this thing pretty often. Well, I think that's almost everything. When you've decided where you want to go first, let me know, okay? Oh, and George is hard at work setting up the normal factory of the ship's hold. So if you need any modifications made to your Arcus or any quartz, you can sort those out there. Well, while you're at it, it's worth checking out the other facilities on board, too. It's not much now that we're short on staff, but I'm sure any students you recruit will get creative with their space. Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our active party while you disembark first? I'm not sure if you're doing that now. Would you mind including me? I'd like to see the strange monsters from the Highlands request myself. Don't mind at all. Sounds fair. Come with you if you need a hand, too. You just let me know if I'm needed, okay? Thanks, Church. Let's see. Temporarily, we have Gaius in our party. Hey, everybody, welcome back to more Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we got an entire boat all to ourselves. Okay, let's keep going. Right. Let's go, go, go! We're not actually going yet. Back to the Awakening Lions. Oh my god, so many cutscenes. We're at the midpoint of a JRPG. We have like 30 minutes of cutscenes. What we do is the instructor recommends we tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. It's not much, but if you're smart to go see George in the ship's hold and pay Valimor a visit, and go see Princess Elfin too. Few things that we got to go over. First is, last episode we also got a unique item, a new accessory, the Black Virtue. I've mentioned this before. You will, depending on who of the guest party members you have at the highest rank, as long as it is at least rank 3 for support, you will get a unique accessory, Sharon's, we can see right here. This one is widely considered to be the best one. The cancel is fine. It is a very high chance, but you're not often gonna get canceling. Delay is really good though. As for the other two, if you have a Claire, you'll get the Cerulean Hearts, which will give you 100% more accuracy, as well as a 10% crit rate. That's actually really nice. 10% crit rate is not insignificant. That's one that you could definitely tag on Laura full time, and she would be even better than she normally is, which is saying something. But again, you can only get one of these per playthrough. You would have to go through New Game Plus in order to get the other two. That third one is the Quick Caliber from Toval. The Quick Caliber S, his one that he has locked on him reduces the casting time by a half. The Quick Caliber S that we get as our variant only does that by a third. That's very good for someone like Emma or Elliot. Next things up, we have a lot of boat to explore. So much boat. As it said, we can go to, I believe it is in Maine. So much detail. Wow. Check here, we can check the student information. You can see Monica, we saw her before. Mint, we've seen her before. Casper, Vivi, and Clara? Who's Clara again? We have not seen her. I remember who she is. We've not seen her, and we've not seen Emily or Nicholas either. As we go throughout the region, we will be able to pick up some of those students, and they will have some effects for us. There are some people who are just there for flavor text. For example, I believe Monica is just a flavor text of those, but there are some that also do have some really, really nice actual rewards. So, yeah. Trying to think. Okay. As we get them, I will tell you how to get them. It's usually pretty easy. And then as well as what they do. In addition, every person that you recruit that is optional will give you a little bit of extra AP. I don't think that recruiting the people for the Find Our First Years, I don't think they add any additional AP at the end of the chapter. Actually, it's not even at the end of the chapter. That's another thing with quests. For this section, as you complete a quest, if we go over to the computer, there is report quests. This will just instantly turn into quests. You will get the mirror reward, you will get I think you get the item reward beforehand, but you also get the AP reward at that point as well. It's pretty nice for all of that. I'm just gonna go over just a general overview this episode, I think, because I don't know if I'll be able to. I might start talking to people here. But yeah, we also have, I believe, yeah. Okay, so if they're that's a shame that I can't have Sarah in the lead. Oh well. But again, talk to them later. The Courageous is a big thing, and it actually allows you to backtrack a little bit, which is amazing because of... Hold up, where is he? I would be in northeastern Highlands. This son of a bitch. Oh, I didn't scan properly. The fifth floor is just flavor text. There is little you can do there. There is the item, there's the quest turn-in, as well as talking to Toa, who will allow you to change your party up, as well as choosing your destination. I don't know if we'll actually see that this time. As far as the conference room and the royal room, the latter is exclusive for Prince Alphen, obviously, but I bet we'll be using the former quite a bit. For the most part, this floor is pretty empty. There is the royal room, which has Elfin, which is actually pretty useful, but it is mostly very late game stuff. These three actually do have some pretty good rewards for them once you have access to them. We will absolutely, as we advance on, we will get access to some of them, but it'll be a while until then. The Royal Room, if you remember back in Trails of Cold Steel 1, there were completion rewards that were medals, and you can get those by talking to Alphen. I will do that probably next time. I just want to go over I want to do the overview of this time. Again, talk to people as we go along. The third floor is probably the most relevant for most of the time, because it has the shops on it. At the current moment, it only has one shop, which is just a general store, but we will go through that more. There's the front and rear decks from this floor, and it's where all the shops are. You'll probably see a lot of this place. The floor contains a variety of facilities you can make use of, including shops and a room you can use to take a nap. Healing is completely free. The only shop is available now, but yeah. Eventually we will get more shops, and again, a free restroom. So, that's pretty nice. However, it's also a little bit irrelevant because we do have access to a mirror at all times. So we can just use the baths there. Supply room, again, it is just a general store. Do we have any new items? We don't. Good to know. But yeah, just a general store. Again, we'll also see some of our classmates just kind of around. You know, they're just all over the place. And it's, again, there's a lot of nice little details. This is a huge addition just because it does allow you to backtrack. So if you, say, miss a single enemy in the northeastern Nord Highlands, you're not completely screwed. Second floor is basically useless to us for right now, but a ton of stuff in this floor. Around. I mean, there's the kitchen, infirmary. Yeah. Right now, again, we can't really do anything. We can play Blade. Blade, this will... I believe it is just the first time you play it with each person. You will get a little bit of Link experience. And I do mean only a little bit. It is not much. And, in addition, there are vending machines, which do have some okay items. They're not great, but they are, in fact, items. Finally, we'll head down to the hold. The hold is... I mean, right now, early on, it's not... Well, I mean, it's the second most useful, maybe even most useful. So this is where the Orbital Factory is. I can see myself coming here pretty often. There's anything about the Orbital Bike on board from maybe year 2. Maybe it's here. Either way, I want to thank him while I'm down here. So yeah, there is, if you talk to George, that is the normal Orbital Factory thing, so synthesizing quartz, adding slots, all that stuff, changing the cover of your Arcus, all that stuff. And as it said there, eventually both Valimar and the Orbital Bike can be customized. Valimar's customization is one of the weirdest things in this game, not because of how it works. We will get into this, it will be a little while until we do that, but... It's just weird because it is the most random thing out there. And I want to say it's entirely missable. Again, it's so weird. Because if we go over to student info, it is Clara. Clara is not a required one. She is not a required person for Final First use. It's Monica and Catherine Thief. Clara is in the Nord Highlands, which is the last area we'll be going to. And again, it is so... This quest is... Valimar's customization is weird. Just because, again, it requires Clara, who is completely missable. Well, not missable, optional. It's a thing you can go back at any time. There are... Early... I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. And it... I mean, it's fine, but Valimar fights suck anyways, so... But I believe with all of that said, I think that'll do it for the overview of the Courageous. And next time we'll actually start talking to people around the ship. And we'll go from bottom up because, I don't know, it's easy on that one, I guess. Easier for me. But that is something that we'll have to worry about next time. So until then, see you guys later.